What's going on? I'm Spencer Tillis.
And I'm Angela Santoro.
And this is the Delmarva Sports Insider. Coming up in just a bit in today's episode. It's summertime, but baseball season is still in full effect. Team Worcester was taking on Talbot County in Legion Baseball today. We'll have those highlights.
And who doesn't love this part of our show? Our plays of the week. We have a baseball player who was making basketball plays on the diamond. See it for yourself coming up.
That's what I'm talking about. Plus, they were throwing the ball around over at Washington High today as well. Somerset was taking on Queen Anne's. We'll let you know who got the win there in just a minute. But first, we had to change everything, and we're
Yes.
still upset about it. If you missed it, history was made today in the Washington Nationals game. Max Scherzer pitched the second no-hitter in team history, and he came oh so close from this being a perfect game. He became, like I said, only the second pitcher of the Nationals ever to do that. He had a perfect game going through 8 2/3, threw 82 strikes on 106 pitches. Unfortunately, one of those balls rode in a little bit and hit a batter with 2 out in the 8th. The only runner of the game, he would get a fly out to end it. Still a amazing performance, back-to-back actually. Huge congrats to him. Unfortunately, that close from being just the 24th player ever. So close. We're still a little distraught about it, but I tell you what.
Yeah.
Well, we still have another big part of the show we got to do. Let's go ahead and talk a little baseball. There was the All-Star game going on, which was actually softball, I should say, over at Colonel Richardson on Monday. It's the annual North versus South senior game, and this one ended up being a good one. Bennett's Casey Donalds was on the mound for the South. She got the start, and that was a good choice by Mardella head coach Corey Shiles, coaching the South in this thing. She was dealing those 3 of her 11 strikeouts on the day. The offense eventually got rolling for the South as well. Mardella's Christina Shanks singles this one up the right side. That'll score Snow Hill's Sydney Hall. Couple of innings later, Shank right back at it. Another RBI single scoring Parkside's Morgan McAllister. Shank finished 3 for 3 with the homer and 4 ribbies. South still pushing. This time it's Bennett's Angel Adkins getting into the mix. That good for an RBI single, making it 8-2. But here come the North. Easton's Sydney Chance rips a 2-run RBI double to get them started, and then a couple batters later. This time it's North Carolina's Julie Sethoff coming up at the plate, making things happen. An RBI single cut the deficit down to just 2 runs, but the South would go ahead and close this thing out. Ashlyn White beats out the throw here. That'll bring in another run as Donalds would come in, close this thing out. The South gets a big-time win, 12-7 the final there.
I'm going to miss it, honestly. I'm really going to miss it. And it was great to be with them today and having them coach and him on third base. I'm going to miss it.
We've always played against these girls, but now I get to see what it's like to be in a dugout with them, and it was really cool. We had a lot of fun today.
Tell you what, I had a lot of fun watching them too, and I left with a lot of things. First of all, I did not realize Shank could swing the bat like she was out there. She's going to Chesapeake next year. You give her a couple of years there, she's going to find herself at a 4-year if she keeps this up. Like normally she hit over 500 this year. She normally hit for average at leadoff.
That's
Brought
insane.
some pop right there. She wasn't looking bad. I got to say, I was a little disappointed with the North, though. Not with their performance, but the fact they were missing a couple of key players and they weren't right there, including Easton Savannah Miles. I would have loved to have seen her go out there a little bit. Fortunately, it wasn't in the cards. End of the day, the most impressive thing for me was Donald's. Amazing. She got South Bayside Player of the Year for a reason. She was dominant this one. It was fun to watch.
Yes, well, speaking of some pitchers, we actually had some of SU's pitchers taking the mound, but we're going to take things over to baseball. On the diamond, the Eastern Shore Baseball League is in full swing, and Thursday, Chris Huck, one of the newest Seagulls, looked to lead the Georgetown Titans to a win over SU grad Danny Fine and the Purdue Chicks. Purdue was looking to make something happen early on, and the bases would be loaded for the Chicks when Chris Huck comes up with a huge strikeout to get this one scoreless. Titans would look to get on the board here, though. It would be Didi Gooch takes Dan Fine deep to left for a stand-up double. Not only that, he would steal third on him, but Fine would work his way out of the jam. He would force a chopper there. Colby Dean's glove would help ground this one, and he would make the out at first to close out the inning. Now here comes Purdue, though. It's the old guy, Pat Murray, with a broken bat and an infield grounder. Now the bat may have broken, but it was worth it because Nate Smith is safe at home for the first run of the game, and he was definitely upset about his bat, but you can't hate on the lead there. Now they would take that one 3-0 the final.
And Somerset was taking on Queen Anne's in Legion ball today. Somerset looking to extend their lead with a line drive up the middle, but it's snagged by Nico Edwards, who flips it to Johnny Sains for the double play. But a wild play right here. Dominique Skavinsky hits this one to left, throws up the line. He avoids the tag. He's safe. That brings in a run. And then Bruce Emily tries to score on the play, goes straight Superman to avoid the tag. Unfortunately for him, Avon Rovenot gets a tag. He is out. Somerset extending their lead now after this. Kyle Bowman sends this one to the left. That'll score Brad Krause, and it pushed their lead to 6-0. And then this would end the game. A deep fly out to center. Zach Mills is going to get the catch, and then he's going to rifle this one to third for the double play to end it in fashion. R.J. Richards not pictured. He threw a one-hitter as Somerset gets the win, 7-0 the final.
All right, well, over in Berlin, Worcester played host to Post 29. Now, Worcester's Derek Smith with the second balk of the game, and that would bring in Jake Stevenson for the first run of the game, but Smith would clean it up with a strikeout to end the inning there. Now, the boys in baby blue would respond right here. Mason Esley lines one down the first baseline into right field for an RBI single, bringing in Smith to tie things up at 2. Now, next inning, it would be Post 29 back at it here. Shaw Pritchett ropes one into left center for an RBI stand-up double as Jonathan Buchanan scores all the way from second to take the 3-2 lead. But Worcester defended their home field. Joe Thornton steps up with a huge at-bat. He knocks in Jordan Turner there. Worcester Prep would take this one 7-5 the final.
And it was week 2 of the Maryland Supreme Basketball League as Sussex Central topped Northampton 40-36. Decatur rolled Snow Hill 65-20. Washington got a win against their rival Crisfield 41-28, and Pocomoke nearly doubles up the heat 61-33.
All right, well, after seeing some of those scores here, we have 3 teams that are undefeated here. The Supreme with the top spot sitting at 3-0. Now, Distinct Design and Positive Image are tied with a 2-0 record, and the Knights are split at 1-1. Following them, Snow Hill without a win yet, sitting at 0-2, and 2 other teams without wins. The Eastern Shore of Virginia Heat and the Shore Shots are both 0-3, but we will definitely be keeping you guys posted on all of the latest updates each week.
That's right. Absolutely a lot of season left to be played, and there is one game in particular that's going on right now that I am a little jealous we're not there.
Yes.
Coming up after the break, we are going to take you live to the blue and gold game. We have Trey on the field. We'll have an update of how a few of our boys are doing. Keep it right here.
Hi, this is Caleb Johnson, a pitcher for Colonel Richardson High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.